It didn't really tell you anything. So nanotechnology in medicine was really different from nanotechnology in food, which was different from nanotechnology in material sciences or whatever.
So it was like asking, what's the ethics of inches?
Yeah, it's just like this is the wrong thing. And I'm starting to
Centimeters are more ethical.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder something similar about AI, right? Because there's AI machine learning systems that are applied in markets, in delivering public services, in information, and it might be that when you get into the that the ethics has to be really in the design of these individual systems in those individual places, like you said, safety engineering, right? Which I think is really apt. If you're trying to design these safety engineer something, you need to know a lot about the particular application at the time you're designing it. So it's not like you could have really broad level principles that could guide everyone. You need to know the specifics. And it's not like you create something. In a way, this is kind of what went on with the information technology. You create something, you put it into society, and you're like, oh no, there's all these problems with misinformation and privacy, and we were talking about this earlier. And then you're trying to put the ethics on top of it. With safety engineering, you got to engineer it in
from the beginning.
From the beginning, right? And you also have to put it into a system where the people who are making decisions about the artificial intelligence understand how it works, which is another good example from the space program, right?
Right.
And we've already had examples of that, where you take an artificial decision mechanism, you put it into, was it Michigan, where it was making decisions about who gets what benefits. It was denying benefits to all kinds of citizens, and then nobody even knew this was happening because they didn't know how the system worked.
Right.
Right.
You make some really excellent points. In fact, my research group at MIT we're on AI. We're working on mainly what I call intelligible intelligence. Precisely this challenge of if someone gives you a black box system which seems to do all this cool stuff, whether it be driving a car or making probation recommendations, how can you actually algorithmically transform it into something that humans can understand and therefore trust? I also think the point you made about inches and nano is very apt, because there are very different kinds of applications which require different groups of humans to deal with. We talked a lot about the technological things now, like for transparency, but I think the economic impacts obviously are not something that AI researchers have any particular credentials to work on. But my colleague, Professor Erik Brynjolfsson at the MIT Sloan School, for example, he has pretty extensive research now arguing that the growing income inequality that's happening, which has given us Brexit and Trump and a lot of alienation and polarization, is in significant part driven by information technology, and it's probably just going to keep increasing unless politicians do something about it. Because basically in the past, the Industrial Revolution gave us machines that outcompeted our muscles, so farmers could educate themselves and get better paying jobs in the middle class. But now we're building machines that outcompete our brains instead, and so a lot of middle class jobs are disappearing and people are switching into lower paying ones. And it's obviously something that can be solved if there's a will from the government, and it's very inspiring actually to be here and reminded of the Estonian example, where I feel that there was actually this political leadership that wants to make sure that technology becomes a good thing for all Estonians. That's not the feeling I necessarily get in this country right now. Or first of all, there's just a great lack of competence in the current administration about these issues. And second, I don't even see any strong indications that there's a will to help spread the wealth around, when we're now seeing that the solution to the growing income inequality is to create these massive tax cuts for the wealthiest.
The problem is cultural too. There is a person who's on the staff of Congressman of Rhode Island, where I live, who said that there were only three staffers in the House who are computer scientists, and only two members of the House of Representatives who are computer scientists. And yet they're confronted with the need for all kinds of legislation this year.
And it's worse. There were actually two quite nice reports written by the White House on artificial intelligence that were even posted on the White House website, and then the people behind it, of course, were let go when the new administration came over, and they just took these reports, even took them down from the website, because it's Obama.
I think we're heading. I think I mean, we can talk a lot about AI, sort of, say, 10 iterations of Moore's Law down the road. But, I mean, I think after what we saw in the US elections last year, that the populist revolt against the overblown, the populist revolt against the overblown idea of globalization and offshoring. I mean, it was already delayed. It was already too late because, they're reshoring. Companies are coming back to the United States from China, and they're coming back because they can have robots in the United States work 24/7, 365, and without the corruption issues, Foxconn, all these problems they have had there. No worries about child labor laws, nothing. And I think that the reaction that we saw to this sort of puffed up image of globalization, a false one, it might have been true maybe 50 years ago, but today is not really relevant. I mean, that is nothing compared to what I fear is a massive Luddite wave. I mean, and you already have this anti-expert attitude, which we saw with both Brexit, where the official line is, why do you bother listening to experts? And you have the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
When you see with, sort of attitudes towards climate change.
And attitudes towards scientists, so why should we listen to them?
Well, there's a great New Yorker cartoon where some guy is sitting in a plane and this guy gets up and why the hell should we be listening to these so-called experts? They call themselves pilots, this is where I think we're heading, and I would not put it past any sort of a next generation politician taking up this kind of Luddite position, saying, no, we're not going to have, and some of it it's not all wrong. Why should people like Zuckerberg be worth 35 billion, right? And think about it when you're actually the head of an AI company that is producing robots. Now, on the other side, there's some interesting stuff. This is kind of just observational. There's an article in Foreign Affairs somewhere in the spring about the most overworked people in the world are Japanese. They work 80-hour weeks, yet they are number 2 in the world in robotization. Number 1 is South Korea, and they're just slightly behind the Japanese in the amount of overwork that they do. So maybe it's not a problem, but certainly I think this is an immediate issue to study, because I do fear this, we're like 5 years away from displacing truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe, is it 3 or is it 7?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's within the next decade, you won't need truck drivers. And that's a big, already a noticeable percentage of employment in the Western world. The word, not Western, the